There, that should all be up now. So thank you everyone for taking the time to join us here today. I am here from the University of Waterloo, going to be talking about how you can discover your story at Waterloo. So as mentioned, my name is Brian. I'm an international recruitment specialist here with Waterloo. I've been Waterloo for 12 years now, 7 of those on the recruitment side, and prior to that, I was in admissions. So I'm familiar with OSS students, I'm familiar with domestic students, international students, so I will cover a wide range of topics here today. A few things that we want to start by letting you know. We want to get right into what makes Waterloo unique. We were the first university in Canada to offer co-op or cooperative education, giving students practical work experience as part of their education. It gives you a better chance of stepping into a career right after graduation. And Waterloo has been ranked #1 in Canada for career preparation, producing future-ready grads for more than 6 decades. At Waterloo, you're going to get experience in your field, either through the classroom, volunteer opportunities, or through paid work experience, regardless of what program you choose. Now, speaking of programs, at Waterloo, you have over 100 to choose from. In fact, we're up to about 120 now. Our programs are grouped into categories that are called faculties. We have 6 of them here. They are arts, engineering, environment, health, mathematics, and science. Now, you may notice that there's something missing from a lot of other presentations that you will have seen today, and that's business. Waterloo doesn't have a business school or a business program, but we do have 17 business programs that are distributed throughout all 6 of our faculties. So you can really think of your faculty as your home base during your time at Waterloo. It has your academic advisor, clubs, most of your classes, and a lot more. Now, I know that choosing a program can definitely feel really daunting, and there's a lot of options to pick from. You may be drawn to more than just one. So the most important thing is that you really enjoy what you're studying, because if you're studying what you enjoy and what you're passionate about, success will flow from there. So take a look at some of the programs, start narrowing down your choices based on what your interests are. Now, to help kind of get started, I'll take a look at all of our 6 faculties, and I'll start off with our Faculty of Arts. So whether you're curious about ancient history or digital media, social dynamics, Waterloo Arts has 30 different majors and 6 entry programs that cover programs in the social sciences, humanities, fine and performing arts, and languages and culture. So there really is something for any type of student and interest in Faculty of Arts. And with the option of adding Waterloo's co-op experience to your arts degree, you're going to develop the critical knowledge and hands-on skills that today's employers are really demanding. Now, while co-op is optional for students in our Faculty of Arts, it's a requirement for the Faculty of Engineering, meaning that you're going to be putting your skills to use in the field right from first year. And unlike a lot of schools that you may be looking at and hearing today or throughout the course of your university research time, Waterloo doesn't do a general first year of engineering. You're going to start studying in the discipline you've chosen right away. So you don't have to worry about applying to a general first year and then trying to compete with other students to get into the type of engineering you want in your upper years, and then wondering, well, what happens if I don't get it? At Waterloo, you're going to start right from day 1 in your chosen type of engineering. So if you're a problem solver, idea generator, and you're passionate about finding creative solutions, then Waterloo Engineering could be the right faculty for you. Students in our Faculty of Environment are really unlike any other. Whether exploring the impact of climate change in the Arctic to working on green policies to create better housing solutions, our students are really leaving their mark on the world. As a student in the largest Faculty of Environment in Canada, you're going to have a chance to study a range of environmental and sustainability issues, from local all the way up to global. You're going to find a community of students and professors really dedicated to making our world a better place. And your degree is definitely not going to be all lectures and labs. You're going to gain hands-on experience in co-op, on field trips, as a member of one of our many student societies, and more. Students at our Faculty of Environment will definitely be getting their hands dirty, quite possibly literally. Now, Waterloo students are making the world better all across campus, and that definitely includes our Faculty of Health. We call our Faculty of Health the People Faculty, and that's because all 4 entry programs in this faculty are focused on making people's lives better in some way. You're going to find students and professors dedicated to preventing disease, healing injuries, and optimizing health for individuals and communities. And on top of learning from world-class faculty, you're going to build real-world experience and hands-on skills. Our health students are the most active on campus, whether that be volunteering in extracurricular activities, working with our varsity sports teams as trainers, or as part of one of the fastest growing programs at Waterloo, public health. 3 years of a pandemic will definitely increase interest in public health and all across the area, so definitely an impact there. But students in this faculty are doing things like preparing for medical school, graduate programs, or careers in health and leisure. Now, I'm not sure if anyone knew this, but Waterloo is actually home to the largest concentration of mathematics and computer science talent anywhere in the world. We have more than 500 courses to choose from in math, statistics, and computer science. And so with those, you're going to be able to explore concepts that really help ignite your imagination. You can personalize your learning and refine your skills through co-op terms, minors, specializations, and really be surrounded with students who love and enjoy math as much as you do. From understanding the universe to protecting our natural resources, Waterloo Science really helps you build skills and experience to shape the future. There are 17 different programs that cover areas such as physical, life, and environmental sciences. There's some interdisciplinary programs that you see there, as well as professional schools for optometry and pharmacy. So there really is a huge amount of areas within science that you can study. Our Faculty of Science has become a world leader in research, education, and beyond the lab experiences at the local, national, and international levels. One of the ways that we've been able to do that is with the assistance and guidance of a Nobel Prize winner we have right here on campus. Dr. Donna Strickland was the 2018 Nobel Prize winner in physics, only the third woman in history to be awarded that. So working with Dr. Strickland, we're able to continue to promote STEM, particularly for women, and increase that enrollment in the field. So I mentioned that Waterloo doesn't have a dedicated faculty of business, but I did highlight that there's 17 different business programs found across all 6 of our faculties. These include our unique and business programs, which offer you a breadth of business courses embedded within another subject of major interest. So even though we don't have a school of business or a business faculty, 25% of students at Waterloo are studying a business program in some way. So it's pretty impressive considering we can't even give students a business degree, but what it does allow is students to get a broad business background while still not having to give up another area of study that they're really passionate about. So whether you dream about being an entrepreneur, working for a global brand, or helping a startup to scale, you'll find a program that's as unique as you are here. Now, I know we all want to know about admissions requirements. All of our admissions requirements are going to be different based on program. So I can't list all 120 different programs with admissions requirements out, but some key things to remember. We are going to look at your top 6 grade 12 U or M level courses, including requireds. So each program will have different specific courses required, but you can find that all in our website. Our admissions decision is going to be based on things in addition to grades. Some of our programs require students to complete an admission information form, which we will send you after you apply, so nothing you need to worry about ahead of time. And a small number of programs will have additional components such as online interviews or portfolios. All applications through Waterloo have to go through the OUAC, Ontario University's Application Center. Applying, you have your basic application fee, which I'm sure you've all looked at and are familiar if you haven't already submitted an application. We do have additional supplemental document fees, as does every university, so take that into account. And if you're applying to our accounting or engineering programs, there will be another additional fee beyond that. As I mentioned, there's more things taken into consideration than just your grades, so that's definitely all factored into the admissions decision process. Now, if your last 4 years of schooling have not all been in an entirely English language school system, then we may be looking for an English language proficiency test from you. Here are the samples of those that we currently accept and the minimum scores required. All of this information is also found on our website, so there's no need to frantically try and write all of this stuff down. You can find access to it. If you submit an English language test score that is slightly below what the minimum requirements are that you see on your screen, but you have the academic grades needed to get into your program of interest, then we have options for you. We have our Bridge to Academic Success in English, or our BASE program. It's not a program that you can apply to. So you apply to the program that you're interested in if you're academically admissible to that program, but your English language scores are a little bit low, we will automatically admit you to our BASE program. That will either be 3 different ways, either through our summer intensive I-BASE program, our 1-term BASE program, or our 2-term BASE program. What you're admitted to there will depend greatly on what program you have applied to. Upon successful completion of that program, you will begin studies immediately in the term following in your program of interest. I'm going to highlight 2 different slides here for tuition and scholarships because I know we have a mix of both Canadian and international students here. So I'll start off with the Canadian students. The tuition rates you see on your screen, they are based on fall 2022 and are subject to change every year depending on what the allowances are from the provincial government in terms of increases or tuition freezes, but they are currently sitting at a range of between $9,000 and $18,000. The scholarships you see on your screen are not an exhaustive list. There are definitely far more available for you and can all be viewed on the website on the top of your the slide there. But good to note that 92% of first-year students received an entrance scholarship or bursary for fall 2021. We're just finalizing our numbers. We just had our November numbers for fall 2022 to be finalized. So I don't have those full numbers for the students that are in first year now, but based on the fall 2021 numbers, 92%. The living expenses you see on your screen are going to be the same for whether you are a domestic or an international student. Now, if you are an international student, you can see the difference on this slide here is those tuition numbers. They are going to be increased substantially over the Canadian citizen fees because in Canada, provincial governments subsidize education of Canadian citizens. We pay tax dollars into the system. In fact, Canadian citizens pay more taxes towards education than any other G7 country. So that's the reason why Canadian citizens' tuition is lower than the numbers you see on your screen for international students. University, though, really is an investment. So you do have to look at what you're investing into, and hopefully what I've covered so far and what I'm going to cover in the next little few minutes here will help to show you that it is an investment worth your time for international students as well as domestic. And then of note, you notice there 96% of international students received an entrance scholarship to Waterloo in fall 2021. Now, there is more to university than the academic program you choose. What really separates Waterloo from other universities is how your experience helps. We really put an emphasis on experiential education to the point where it is an expectation at Waterloo. You're not just going to listen to a professor tell you about what engineers do. You're actually going to get to work in a real engineering firm. You won't just look at kinesiology textbook diagrams to learn anatomy. You're going to work side by side with real athletes, helping them to improve their performance. And you're even going to get the opportunity to experience and work in our cadaver lab right from first year. Kind of creepy to me, but I wasn't a kinesiology student. The students who are really passionate about it, it is definitely a real big separator for us that you get access to that right from first year. But by far, the most common way that students at Waterloo get experience is through our cooperative education or co-op program. Nearly 70% of students across all 6 faculties participate in Waterloo's co-op program. In co-op, you're going to get to try out up to 6 different jobs, gaining up to 2 years of paid work experience in your field. You're going to build a network of connections along the way. So the money is great. I understand that, the enticement of making money during your university education is substantial. We highlight it there, between $8,400 to $15,000 in your first work term alone. But those network of connections and those 2 years of work experience are really what makes co-op so invaluable to so many students. In fact, many co-op students at Waterloo will actually graduate with a job offer in hand from a previous co-op employer. So it really does set you up for success down the road. Co-op graduates from Waterloo typically have higher employment and wage rates within 6 months of graduation. Now, we really find it valuable and important for students to live on campus, particularly in their first year. It's not mandatory, but we do guarantee on-campus residence for all incoming first-year students, provided you accept your offer and pay a deposit by June 1st. It really is a valuable way to enhance your university experience and really make sure that all of the things that are available to assist you are right there on campus for you. And some of those things include over 200 clubs run by the Waterloo Undergraduate Students Association, or WUSA. There really is a club for everything, whether that be anime club, the knitting club, the cheese appreciation society, or many other general interest clubs that students participate in. There's also the GLOW Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity, which is the oldest student-run center for sexual and gender diversity in Canada, and also UW Racial Advocacy for Inclusion, Solidarity, and Equity, or RISE, and many others. So in other words, Waterloo really has a place for everyone to express themselves. And now I get to talk about my favorite thing in this presentation, and that is the city of Waterloo. I moved here to start my education more years ago than I would like to publicly admit, but I haven't left Waterloo since. I've been here for many years, and I find no reason to leave. I love the city so much. What you see here on your screen is a picture of part of our Uptown Waterloo. We don't call it downtown, we call it Uptown here. And it really is a place where a community gathers. There's tons of different coffee shops where you'll always find students studying, working on group projects, or just getting together to catch up. We have a number of establishments with incredible live music. The live music scene at Waterloo is my favorite thing about the city. But really, you'll find that Waterloo is a student-focused and student-friendly city. We have 2 universities and a college in this city. So while there's only 160,000 people that live in Waterloo year-round, there's over 80,000 students at any given point in time. So we have to be student-friendly and student-focused. And really, it's super easy to get around. Your student card doubles as a bus pass and a pass for our light rail transit system, which you can see on your screen here. It's a very bike-friendly city as well, with separated bike lanes going up more and more by the day. So they're not just lines painted on the road, they are full separated bike lanes, which makes it much safer for both cyclists and drivers as well. But it really is a fantastic city. We're only 110 kilometers west of Toronto. So if you're looking to get to the core of downtown Toronto, it'll only take you about an hour and a half or 2 hours to drive, depending on how traffic on the 401 is. But we also have the GO bus service that stops right on campus and will take you to the heart of downtown Toronto at Union Station as well. So I am cognizant I'm keeping my time limited here. I've got my timer on me to make sure that I am staying within our time here. So we really hope that you can picture yourself learning, thriving, and discovering your story here at Waterloo. We want to help you to get ready to take the next steps when it comes to time to apply. So you can check out our website, which I'll highlight on our next slide here. You're actually able to order all of our view books and faculty brochures to be mailed to you as well. We have them all available digitally, but if you do prefer a hard copy, we can mail them to you completely free of charge. So you're going to be able to look at all of our admissions requirements, all the program highlights, and different ways that you can continue to get involved at Waterloo. So there's our contact information, our website, some of our social channels, as well as our general liaison email account. I know that there may be questions emailed to me after the presentation. That's great. I will happily respond to each one of those that get sent in. But if you do have general questions as well, you can always reach out to our liaison team. They are our fall travelers. They will be out on the road, so you may have seen them at things like the Ontario University Fair or the regional fairs as well. But please don't hesitate to reach out if you do have any other questions for them. So that's my time to wrap up for today. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today and listen to all the great things that Waterloo has to offer.